President Trump is going to prefer, as he likes to say, one big, beautiful bill. He can put it all together, one big up or down vote, which can save the country, quite literally, because there are so many elements to it.
So are you expecting to raise or eliminate the debt ceiling as part of that big bill?
I think we're going to have to do it in that bill. You do it in reconciliation. You can do it just with the Republican Party. So we're targeting a vote in the House, it may be in the first week of April.
So you're talking about the first 100 days?
In a worst-case scenario, Memorial Day.
And that was House Speaker Mike Johnson joining me on Sunday Morning Futures yesterday on the Trump agenda. President-elect Trump posted on Truth Social, urging Republicans to unite and send one powerful bill to his desk as soon as possible. That would include border security, energy policy, tax cuts, no tax on tips. Also, it would include raising the debt ceiling. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, among others, told me this plan is worrying him. He's not sure if this actually can work. Watch this.
If we don't put border first and get it done, it's going to be a nightmare for our national security. To the tax cut wing of the party, I am with you, but if you hold border security hostage to get tax cuts, you're playing Russian roulette with our national security. I'm saying that as we negotiate tax cuts, there are tax-cutting people, and I'm one of them, that won't vote for border until they get all their taxes. I'm not a big fan of the SALT deduction. I live in South Carolina where we have low taxes. Why should people in South Carolina subsidize California and New York?
Joining me now is Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez, a member of the House Armed Services, Homeland Security, and China Select Committees. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Lindsey Graham just zeroed in on the issue at hand. You want to execute President Trump's agenda, but you've got lots of different priorities among members. Is that what's happening here? The New York and California lawmakers are holding the Congress hostage to make sure they get their SALT deduction in there before they agree to buy in on the rest of this agenda?
Look, I think that that the tax cuts are going to be the most difficult aspect of the package because we have differing opinions. You have, on the one hand, the House Freedom Caucus that says it needs to be paid for. And then you have those that are representing the blue states. They're saying, no, the SALT deduction, there's room for compromise, but it can't be what it is right now. And actually, I thought that the senator actually argued against himself. He's saying he wants border security, but he's got issues with SALT. That's why you have to put it all together. It's going to be a difficult vote. It's an up or down, all of it. And we need to deliver for the American people. So I am with Speaker Johnson's plan, with the president's plan. You need to put it all one big package, put it through, because it may be a difficult vote, but you got to have the sweeteners in there in order to sweeten that vote once you take that yes vote. If not, it's easy to vote no, because no, I'm against that. But I love border security, but I don't want to vote for that. So, and we have to get those tax cuts through.
The more stuff you put in this bill, Congressman, the more likely you're going to have people saying, no, I don't want that and I don't want this. For example, now this latest thing is to put the debt ceiling in there. I've already spoken with Ron Johnson and Lindsey Graham, and Ron Johnson said there's no way he's voting yes to eliminating or raising the debt ceiling. Right. You know, there's an old saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. All right. And so what we have to do, and the problem is, Maria, once you start taking care of the easy stuff, you won't get the hard stuff done. And so you've got to have some of those sweeteners in there in order to get this whole bill passed. Yeah. And so that is the argument against this. Well, I don't like SALT. Well, I love SALT. Hey, I don't like to do the debt ceiling, but you know what? We've got energy to deal with. We've got regulations to deal with. We have to get the border security done. And by the way, President Trump can take care of a lot of the border security on his first day in office by reinstituting many of his executive orders and getting rid of the Biden orders. That will take care of a lot of the issues on the border. The money aspect of it, the deportation aspect of it is going to take time anyway. And so, yeah, I think we need to do one bill, and I support the Speaker and the President in their quest. And I'm told that one of the first executive orders on January 20th from President Trump is going to be an order freezing all pending rulemaking. How many executive orders do you expect from President Trump on January 20th? I expect something about that tall, all right? Because
He's going to have to do. He's going to have to undo everything that Joe Biden did to destroy this country. He has to reinstitute those things that were working during his administration, and then instituting new executive orders that he learned or he wants to impose because of what we just happened 4 years ago. So, yeah, I expect a pile about that big, and we need to get moving with saving America.
Look, Congressman.
And I welcome it, too.
Let's not forget today is January 6th. You and your colleagues will certify the results of the 2024 election today. We spoke about this yesterday, too, with Mike Johnson. I mean, you know, we got a massive winter storm bearing down on D.C. right now. It's not expected to delay proceedings, we don't think. Have you heard from any members that the storm is keeping them away from D.C.? I know President Trump is being credited for helping House Speaker Mike Johnson retake that speakership last week. You had two, Ralph Norman and one other, change their vote in the 11th hour and go with Johnson after they spoke with Trump. Several holdouts. Congressman, will House Republicans stay united here and pass Trump's agenda, even with this thin majority?
Look, the difference is President Trump. And so 2 years ago, we went 15 rounds before we had a speaker. There was no President Trump. With a President Trump, we went one round. That's the big difference. And that's why I guess he is calling a number of the members of Congress to go to Mar-a-Lago to talk about. He wants to talk to the SALT congressman. He wants to talk to the House Freedom Caucus, leadership, et cetera, in order to put this all together. As far as certification is concerned, as long as we have a quorum, I don't think there's going to be a problem. Even though back in 2005, about 100 Democrats either abstained or voted against certifying Ohio, which would have, by the way, have turned the outcome of the election. And so I don't expect that now. I expect this to go smoothly, and we need to do our constitutional duty and certify this election. And then we need to have President Trump come in and sworn in on the 20th so we can turn this country around.
Congressman, real quick on foreign affairs, the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party has been reauthorized for the new Congress. I want to get your take on China in the midst of these two stories underway that we're watching. Number one, Trudeau is expected to announce he is exiting before the National Caucus meeting on Wednesday. He's going to resign as Prime Minister of Canada. We understand Justin Trudeau. And then you've got the Japan situation, Biden blocking the Japan-Nippon from acquiring U.S. steel. Are these China-related?
Trudeau, no. I think Trudeau is a victim of his own making and his disastrous policies. And so I really think that's great that we're going to have hopefully a conservative government in Canada. As far as, look, we're trying to protect American steel, so we need to do that. We need to start making our own steel. As far as China's concerned, I mean, the second verse is going to be like the first. China is our greatest threat. We need to continue to keep an eye on China, and I hope that we continue the work of the 118th and the 119th.
Yeah, Congressman, we appreciate your work on the China Select Committee. We understand the threat, and we so appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good to talk with you this morning. All right, Congressman Carlos Gimenez, stay with us. We'll be right back.